Hello there folks and welcome back to Space Engineers. I just thought I'd start it up here. As you can see, there's a planet eclipsing the sun. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, that's not what we're going to talk about today. Today, we are going to be doing some pretty important stuff, at least in my opinion. We are going to actually get started right away with building an antenna, if we have enough material to do so, because I do intend on going off exploring to the point where I might actually lose sight of my base. Hopefully I actually do lose sight of my base, because I want to actually go pretty far away. So let's get started. Let's make all the components we need. For that, I believe we need silicon. I don't know if we have any silicon in this base. Let's take a look. Do we have any silicon? No, we don't. That's right. That's something that I needed to mine. Okay, so we're going to mine some silicon. And then we're going to make an antenna, and then we're going to explore. Mostly we're going to explore because we need to find an area that has silver, because we need silver for some things that we need to make right now. I can't remember exactly what we needed it for. Was it medical components? It was something that we needed silver for. But we're going to go find that. Also, we have no place that has cobalt right now. Well, we might have a little bit of cobalt up by the ship in those little rocks up there, but those never provide a very large source of cobalt. So we're going to probably want to find another source of cobalt somewhere. Alright. And there was silicon somewhere over here by my mine, wherever I had it. It was somewhere around here, I believe. Yep, there it is. Yep, there's silicon right down there. We're just going to mine some of that and be on our way. We're going to make very quick work of it, because I'd like to get moving in this episode pretty quick. It'd be also nice if we could find some platinum, but that is not a major priority right now, as we don't really need it for anything right now. Okay, now where was that silicon? Magnesium. Okay, where were you? You were near the surface. I could see it. Alright. Suppose I better get back in here just one more time so we can find it. So it's pretty much right. Okay. I can actually get closer to it, so let's... Oh, no, don't get that close to it. Oh. We're actually protected by our base right now, so our ship doesn't have to protect us, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so it's right below us is where the silicon is. Also, in the new update, a couple of things have been added. There have been some visual upgrades to Windows, as well as some multiplayer stability issues have been resolved, mostly with rubber banding and stuff like that, which is nice because this is a multiplayer server. And then also hit markers have been added, so we know when we've hit things with our guns, which is cool. Alright, silicon right down there, right next to the magnesium by the looks of it. Shouldn't take long at all to get there, especially with such an awesome drill. Oh, and the feedback by you guys, much appreciated. It does appear as though you guys do have a noticeable increase in frame rate with this new recording software, so I do think we're going to continue using it. And let's just pick up some silicon. I really don't want to be picking up rocks, but yeah, I'll have to drop rocks if... Yep, okay, well, inventory's full, so let's head back up. We do have some steel plates in our inventory, which is probably why we couldn't carry... Oh, whoop, wrong button. We don't need to have broadcasting on. I don't want to broadcast my location to anyone anyways. Yeah, let's drop that stone. We don't want stone anyways. There we go. And as you can see, when we drop the stuff, the back end of the ship rises. I should probably add more thrusters back there at some point in time. Not now, though. Yum, yum, yum. Take all of that. And just a little bit more, and we'll be set. Okay, I think that'll be it. Yep, inventory's full. That'll be enough silicon, more than enough silicon, to complete the radio components that we need for the radio tower. I hope we don't need cobalt or anything like that. Alright, good enough. Let's head back. Where should we put the antenna? I'm thinking probably off to the side of these Gatling turrets, maybe, because we already have a platform out there that we can put it on. Or maybe on this side. That might not be a bad idea. I'll put it on this side of the station. I will be putting more Gatling cannons all around the station at some point in time, but right now it does not seem as though it's necessary. Really, I only have those Gatling cannons in those locations so it can protect us from Sabroids while we're mining. And as you see, it did just that, which is very nice. There we go. I also do want to set my batteries to recharge. It's starting to become night again. Oh well, it was daytime for a little bit. Oh well. I guess we're going to be relegated to another, at least part nighttime episode. Actually, I don't need to go through there. I have a door. I should probably just create a little passageway all the way up to the top. Oh well. Maybe later. Later. Alright. Yup. I just did that. I'll just be back and I'll put all my stuff in the refinery. Be back in a bit. Alrighty then, there we go. We got the silicon in there, so we're gonna have to turn on our refinery. I just realized we probably don't have too much power left. Oh well. We'll make enough for that. Also, production, we're gonna want to make an antenna wherever it's hiding. So we need more silicon, but that's fine. We're making it at the moment. These are large blocks, which is exactly what we want. Alright, while we have this, we're going to move this to the assembler. There we go. Now we should have more than enough material to make our antenna. See the production there? Yeah, it's almost done. And we have enough for that antenna. Cool. We could have put a beacon up, but antenna will do just fine. Also, I want to be able to broadcast and receive, because at some point in time we might make some remote-controlled ships and or stations. So that's the reason for that. Alright, so that's good. In fact, let's turn our production or our refinery back off because we don't have much power. Alright. Let's grab all of our inventory. Everything except for, yeah, we're going to need to grab some more of those components in a bit. There are a lot of Sabroids around. Holy crap. Well, let's test out that new hit marker. Yeah, there you go. It's kind of like any, first-person shooter. Ooh. Where you get that little crosshair whenever you hit something. So, that's cool. Ah, yes. Suck it. Looks like we killed one of them at least. Alright, so let's get the antenna up. I'm going to have to grab those components as soon as I'm finished building this. You know what? It might be a little awkward looking, but... Can I put it here? Yeah, I'm just going to put it here. Because I don't want to, I don't have any extra spare components on me to... extend it outward, or extend the base outward for this antenna. I might move the antenna at some point in time, but I think this will do just fine. Oh yes, look at all those dead Sabroids. Makes me happy. Yay, displays. Those are always nice. And yes, I do believe it was for the med bay I needed silver, so that's why we were going to look for silver. I just looked that up. So yes, we do need silver for the med bay, and we want a med bay in here. And we need a med bay in here, so that's why we are going to go exploring. Alright. Let's grab the last of these components, then we're going to fill up our... I'm going to fill up our hydrogen and oxygen, so let's do such a thing right now. There we go. Same thing for the oxygen. Oop. There we go. Good. Also, ooh, yes. So, here you go. The glass now has scratches on it to make it look more, I don't know, used, worn. Also, it makes it so you don't run into it as often because, you know, we're like birds or something. We like running into windows. Well, I have done it before, so I shouldn't be saying that. So, all right. Wow, that was a big lag spike. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Don't know exactly what that was. I wonder if that was a server or my computer. I'm gonna have to take a wee look. Yep, server side. Anyhow. Let's just empty this out a little bit more. Let's take out what don't we need in here. Don't need the silicon. Probably take out the nickel. Take out some of the magnesium. Yeah, I probably should take most of that out. I'm going to keep some components in there, so in case I want to build anything, perhaps I find a great location for another base, I can build some stuff there. So I'm going to keep some components in the back of our ship. Also, I should make some more ammunition for our ship, because I don't believe I have much ammunition left for my ship at all. Components, I believe we need... Ooh, magnesium powder, there we go. We do have plenty of magnesium powder, so let's throw that in there. Production. Not enough power. Well, okay, so, yep, there we go. We're done. we're done doing stuff at this base until day again. Alright. Well, I will grab that one ammunition canister, because I'm sure we'll use it. Let's put it in here. I don't know how much ammunition I have left, but I'm guessing not much. Actually, I do have a decent amount. There we go. Now both have 10 ammunition canisters in it. Let's just take out a wee bit more. Probably don't need all this iron. We'll keep some magnesium in there, just in case we have a base that we want to put it at. Alright, I know going out and exploring in the nighttime is not ideal at all, really, but we're going to do it because I really do want to do some proper exploring. I'm going to try not to brighten up my video in post. Last time I did, and it kind of washed out all the colors. Ooh, we're still flying, which is cool. Oh, now we're not. That's right, I forgot to turn on my batteries, so that's why we crashed. Batteries. Turn the recharge off. Alright, I'm actually going to have to fix my ship, I believe, so... Ooh. What I'm going to do is fix it off screen, and we'll be right back. Alright, all fixed. I finished putting our landing gear back. Let's get started. Alright. What I would like to do is find another location that has like this flat area to it, because these flat areas are much easier to find resources than these mountainous regions that have the vegetation on them. As nice as those areas look with the vegetation, it does make finding resources a whole heck of a lot harder. because it's really easy to find resources when you can find those dark patches on the ground, which is exactly what we look for. In fact, well, I don't want to turn my inertial temperatures completely off. Anyhow, yeah, so we're gonna try to find another location. I bet the higher I fly upwards, the easier it will be. So right now, let's see where we are. So we are by Big Mountain over there. Also, antenna. There's an antenna over there, so we shouldn't get lost, as long as we don't stray too far. Over here looks somewhat promising. I'm guessing you guys can't see much because of, well, YouTube reasons. In fact, I almost want to wait until it's daytime out again. In fact, I might just do that. Let me just set the ship down. I'm going to wait until it's daytime out because, well, reasons. So, let's slow down. Slow down there. Alright, now let's head downwards. We're actually quite high up right now. Okay. I think in this general direction is probably where we would like to go. But let's set our ship down and return when it is daytime. Alright, it's daytime out, and we killed a Sabroid. Hey, that's cool. I did kind of make a mock-up of the landing. I think I dented something, but we should still be fine. Alright. Yay, large steel tubes are always nice. Okay. There's no resources where we are right now, so we're going to continue our search for silver and or platinum, uranium, you know, the rarer resources. Alright. Unlock, and up we go. So that's where we came from. I would like to head in, well, this direction. I think this area looks fairly flat. Yes, and there's no vegetation over there, which would make it a little bit easier to find resources. We have a good hour worth of fuel left, thanks to our multiple nuclear reactors now, so I think we'll be set on that. Also, oh, we also needed silver for our nuclear reactors, that's right. So we do need silver for a multitude of things, so let's continue our search. This is a pretty interesting area. Looks like it's very clearly like a desert type biome with some mesas. And yes, there are some darker areas over here. Let's take a look at some of them. In fact, there's a lot of darker areas. This might be a great place for a mining base. We'd need to get a bigger and better mining ship, assuming there are resources here that we need. But look at all these dark patches. There's a lot of resources under here. I think I'm gonna go check out this dark patch right there. Well, that one's pretty big. Usually the bigger dark patches are just iron, nickel, and cobalt. Well, iron, nickel, not necessarily. Cobalt, silicon is usually in there. Magnesium sometimes as well. Let's take a look at this one. A little bit further over. Oh, that one's big too. Well, let's take a look at the small one first. Right there. There's a rock there, which probably means it's either iron or cobalt, because usually that's how it works. Also, there's another mining node there. Nighttime again. That's what I get for going AFK for a couple of minutes on a server. Whatever, we'll be fine. We found what we needed to find, which was an area that has mining places. Alright, anything here? Cobalt, yep, was not wrong about that. Well, what do we have actually in here, though? Gold! Sweet! Is there anything else here other than gold? Silver! Sweet! How on earth did I get this lucky? So, we found gold and silver already. I'm going to plant my ship down right by where the silver is. I'm gonna get as close as I can. Well, looks like as close as I can get. Wow, silver's really far down there. It's like 70 meters down. So what I'm gonna do is we're going to plant our ship there. We might actually land it. There we go. And we're gonna turn that off, turn that off. We're gonna keep the guns active because they're gonna protect us from the Sabroids. Oh yes, protect us from the Sabroids, as they did. Alright, we're gonna go dig for that gold and silver. I guess we don't need it to be daytime for that, and maybe it'll be daytime by the time we come back out. Oh man, that one got really close to our ship. And you know what? We might actually have enough resources that we could start building a base here. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea indeed. We'll probably make it an underground base. I think we're going to keep our base back over there on the mud flats, an above ground base, but we will make an underground base probably here. There we go. Gold. What I don't have, I don't know if I have enough stuff to make an assembler or refinery yet. And I know I don't have enough stuff to make batteries. And I can't just yeah, I can't actually have any way to make batteries unless I go back to my base, so we're gonna have to go back at some point in time. Alright, so gold is in this direction. Yay, there it is. We found gold. Alright. I'm not gonna get too distracted by the gold. We were here for silver. Okay, whoop. Alright. Let's continue mining. Let's get to that silver. Make sure I'm not destroying any gold. No, I'm not destroying any gold. Good. Doesn't look like that's a very big patch of gold, but it should provide us with everything that we need for at least a small while. Oh, was that a Sabroid? All the way down here? No, it wasn't. Okay. Alright, well, we found silver, so let's get to the collecting. There's not much here. In fact, we might run out of this vein pretty quick. And there we go. I think one full inventory load will be enough for our needs. And we're just about full. So let's get rid of the stone. That's a big rock. Alright. Okay, did I just suck up that rock again? I sucked up some stone. Pick up the silver, as that's what we want. Alright, inventory is full. So let's go back to our ship. That's the gold. There's the ship. Alright, let's place her in there. Yeah, we will need some batteries or power cells if we are to make a base down here. Whee! Oh, would you look at that? I'm actually low on health. I'm guessing that's due to Sabroid probably at some point in time. So I guess we'll have to fly back to our main ship for some health regeneration. But now that we have some silver, we can actually just make a proper medical station back at base. Also, I'm probably going to grab some gold. I might as well. While I am here. There we go. Alright. Just want to make sure that none of the stones are going to be... Well, the stones can roll down there, but I don't want the gold to, so I'm going to kind of dig a little pit here. So all of the materials that we want are just going to fall there instead. And the Sabroids aren't liking us, as per the usual. I don't think there's any gold, so let's continue mining. Alright, that should be enough for now. In fact, that's not much gold at all. That ore vein is almost completely used up. Let's take a look at... get whatever that Sabroid had on him. Alright, good. We'll drop the stone, don't need that, and we'll place that there. Awesome. Well, I think that'll be it for this episode. Next episode, we're going to continue on. We'll get the nuclear reactor probably up and running, as well as a medical bay, and maybe even an underground... Oh, crap. An underground base. Yeah, I better watch where I'm stepping. So, I think that'll be it for this episode. Thank you, folks, for watching, and I will catch you, folks, next time.